Now for our second part of solving equations, we're going to look at one-step equations, but this time with either addition or subtraction as part of them. Now I've also included the property names alongside so we can look at those at the same time. And I've written these out. These are also included on School Fusion, so if you were absent you could print these notes out and just fill in the missing gaps. So we're trying to get x by itself. I'm adding 3 here, so I want to undo that operation, so I do the inverse. So the opposite of adding 3 is to subtract 3. Now if I subtract 3, I also have to subtract 3 from the other side. And when we do something to the same side, that's called the property of equality. As I was subtracting here, that's called the subtraction property of equality. Now I can start to work this out. 3 take away 3 just becomes 0. So in other words, all I get left with is just x. These cancel each other out. So this was my additive inverse because I had positive 3 and negative 3, which are inverses of each other. And then 12 take away 3 is just 9. As it was a calculation, that's called substitution because I replaced 12 minus 3 with 9. Check your answer if you've got time. 9 plus 3 is indeed 12, so I know I've got this right. This time we've got one with subtraction, so I'm trying to get x by itself, so at the moment I'm subtracting 4, so the opposite of subtracting 4 is to add 4. Do the same to both sides though, and then we go ahead and simplify. So these two are inverses of each other, so these are going to cancel and just leave me x, and then 6 plus 4 is 10. This would be by substitution because I worked something out. This would be by the additive inverse again because I had a negative 4 and then a positive 4. I could go ahead and bring the 7 to the other side if I'm trying to get x by itself. I always prefer the x's on the left-hand side, so I'm just going to switch those two things over. And that's called the symmetric property when the left and the right-hand side switch sides. Now I'm going to try and get x by itself, so instead of adding 7, I'm going to subtract 7, but I need to do the same to both sides. Then we can go ahead and simplify. 7 take away 7 is going to be 0. These two cancel because they're inverses. And then 5 take away 7 is negative 2. And if we plug back to check, negative 2 plus 7 is indeed 5. Now on our last one, I've got the x's on the opposite side again, so I'm going to switch those over straight away using my symmetric property. And also this looks different from my previous 3 questions because I've got the number and then the x, and I normally prefer it the other way around, so I'm going to switch those two things over. So this one's the commutative rule because I just changed something on the left-hand side. I didn't switch the left and the right over. And then now I'm going to do my normal opposite. So instead of adding 3, I'm going to subtract 3. As these are inverses, that cancels out, gives me x, and then 9 take away 3 is 6. So try and practice those properties as well. When you're actually doing a step, think about which property it is that you're actually using, and that'll help reinforce that knowledge as well.